Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer/football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right. Today I got a 5-game slate. These predictions will be for Monday, February 3rd. I got one game from Premier League, one game from La Liga, one game from Serie A, and 2 games from the Portugal League. So, yeah. But first and foremost, I hope everyone here watching, I hope you guys all had a great weekend, and I hope you guys made a lot of money because I know I did. Yeah, baby. We got to talk about it. Baby. So I ended up hitting 6 out of 7. Again, I didn't hit 100, but I did hit 6 out of 7. So got one wrong, but hey, I see more green than I see red. To me, that's a dub. So I'll take that. Hell yeah. Cha-ching, baby. All right. Let's get this party going. First, I have the Premier League. I have Chelsea versus West Ham. Oh yeah, I did. I forgot to mention, if there is a game you guys want me to predict, put it down in the comments. We'll get it for you. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, the teams. I'll let you guys know if there's any injuries. And also I'll talk about the over and under point spread for teams. So yeah. All right. Chelsea versus West Ham. Let's do this. Chelsea is sitting with 5 injured players. West Ham, 3 injured players, 3 questionable. The total is sitting at 3.5. As far as team points, Chelsea is sitting at 2.5 and West Ham at 0.5. So all they got to do is score a goal. The last 5 head-to-head between these two, so West Ham was only able to beat them once. Yeah, West Ham was able to beat, wow, I can't even speak English right now. West Ham was able to beat Chelsea once, and that was at home. Here, they're not at home. On this game, they're not at home. Chelsea is at home. And the last two most recent times Chelsea played at home versus West Ham, they won 5-0 was the most recent one, and 2-1 was the other one. So West Ham on the road, they haven't been able to beat Chelsea on the road the last 2 times, obviously, right? But as far as points, 3.5, they've been able to cover this 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 times these two men. The most recent, they didn't. Now, Chelsea, the last 5 games they've played, they got 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 L. Their most recent game was an L versus Man City, which is surprising. West Ham, their last 5 games, they got 1 win, 3 L's, and a draw. Most recent was a draw. So, as far as that 2.5 for Chelsea, they've covered this they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. Their most recent, they did not cover. They only scored 1. West Ham, on the other hand, they've covered this 0.5, 4 out of 5. So, yeah. Their most recent game versus Chelsea, though, they did not score, or the one before that. So I see why this is 0.5. But those 2 games were back in 2024. So as far as this year, they've showed improvement because the last 5 most recent games that West Ham has played, they've covered 4 out of 5. So I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. I probably will put just Chelsea to win straight up because, this 2.5 like I said, I mean, they've covered this 3 out of 5 times they've gone head to head. And the most recent game they did, which was in September 21, 2024, I just don't know if they'll be able to cover that this time. Because this time, West Ham has been a little better on giving out that 2.5. They were only able to do this once when they played against Manchester City. And this was back in January 4th of this year. So I don't know. I probably will do the over. Maybe I can see Chelsea putting 3 and West Ham 1. But if that's going to happen, then I might as well just do West Ham 0.5, right? But it's risky. I don't know how I feel this one. I might just go straight up and maybe put in a parlay, or maybe just, take some money out of it. Like, I guess so. Some money is better than no money, right? So that's where I would go with that one. Okay, on to the next game for La Liga. Girona versus Las Palmas. Girona with 1 injured player, 2 question. Las Palmas, 3 injured player, 1 player with the red card, and 2 questionable. So, as far as the total points, it's sitting at 2.5. Girona team total sitting at 1.5, and Las Palmas 0.5. Let's see, the last 5 times these two went head to head. Las Palmas, wow, they didn't cover this. They only covered this 3 out of 5 times they've played. Yeah, the most recent game they played, they covered this. Las Palmas covered that 0.5. But as far as the last 5 games from Las Palmas, they covered this 4 out of 5. And the most recent, they covered it, which was against Osasuna. So Girona, on the other hand, that 1.5 between Las Palmas, they've covered this 2 out of 5 times. So the most recent one, they did not cover. They didn't even score a goal between these two teams. As far as the last 5 games from Girona, they covered the 1.5. Wow, they haven't covered this in the last 5 games. So maybe I'll do Girona under 1.5. Yeah. The last 5 games from Girona, they only got 1 win, 4 L's, right? So the most recent games were L's. So, I mean, that's crazy. As far as Las Palmas, they're basically the same thing. Their most recent was a draw. Then 3 L's and 1 win. So, in that order too. This is going to be a low scoring game. I can see that, to be honest with you. So maybe I'll do the total under 2.5. If Girona does end up winning, because they're at home, if they end up winning, maybe 2-0, 1-0 at the most. Yeah, or they might tie 1-1. So, but they've only tied once in the last 5 times they went head to head. So, and the last time they did tie head to head was back in August 22, 2021. So they haven't done this in like 3 years. So 3 or 4 years now, right? But so maybe I'll just do the total under 2.5, and then same with Chelsea under 3.5. I think Chelsea will win this one, but maybe a 2-1. I don't see this going over that, but yeah. As far as Girona though, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with under 2.5. Okay, that's my prediction for that one. The next one is Serie A. Cagliari versus Lazio. So now, before you go in there and put Lazio to win, because that's what I wanted to do too, check this out. Lazio with 4 injured players, 2 question. Cagliari, 2 injured players. Sorry, their name's a little weird to pronounce. The last 5 times they went head to head. Let's see. Last year won, and a tie. So they've tied only once in the last 4. Cagliari have not been able to beat Lazio in the last 5 games. So obviously this screams Lazio, right? Lazio is not at home. And the last 2 times they played on the road versus this team, they ended up winning 2-3. So, I mean, yes, this screams Lazio all day, right? It's just my gut tells me that this might be a tie. Okay, the total is sitting at 2.5. Maybe I'll do under because even if they do win, they probably won't go over that. Cagliari is sitting at 0.5 and Lazio is sitting at 1.5. Cagliari, they've covered 3 out of 5 times these two met that 0.5. So, yeah, the most recent time they've covered this, let's see, the last 5 games from Cagliari, wow, they didn't even score, right? But then they've covered this 3 out of 5 times. The most recent, they didn't cover this. Lazio, on the other hand, sitting at 1.5. The last 5 games they've played, they've covered this 2 out of 5 times. So maybe, let's see, Cagliari seems like they allow 2 goals per minute, or no, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 times they've allowed this 1.5 over in the last 5 games. So, this one's tough. The last 5 games for both of them they both have 2 wins, 2 L's, and 1 draw. They're basically in the same spot, right? Of course, for Serie A, Lazio has had more wins than Cagliari, right? But like I said, it seems like the injuries for Lazio are like, they're becoming a factor for them because, like I said, the most recent game from Lazio, they took a L. Then the one before that, they took another L, right? So I don't know how I feel about Lazio winning straight up or as far as points. As far as points, I think probably the safest way to go with this one would probably be Lazio under 1.5 or Cagliari a 0.5, right? They're at home. They got less injured players. They probably will lose, but I don't know. Maybe they'll score 1 or maybe it'll be a tie 1-1, right? So, yeah, it's, I guess, whichever way you want to go with this would probably hit under 2.5 or Cagliari over 0.5 or under Lazio 1.5. I guess either way would win, right? Even if this ends in a draw. So, yeah, this one's going to be tough. I don't know if I'm betting this one. I want to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to do Lazio under 1.5. Probably seems better, or under 2.5 total points. So, but okay, on to the next game. Portugal League. This is Moreirense. I think that's how you pronounce it. Moreirense versus Braga. Injuries. Braga has 1. Moreirense has 1 injured player and 1 player with a red card. Braga is on the road. The total sitting at 2.5. Well, earlier when I checked, it was 2. But then it looked like it was going to 2.5. So if it does go to 2.5, let's see, maybe I'll do an over just because, let's see, the last 5 times they've played, yeah, so Braga's been winning. Yeah, Braga won the last 5 head-to-head between these two. As far as that 0.5 for Moreirense, they've covered this 3 out of 5. the most recent game they've covered this between these two. The last 5 games between Morense, they have not been able to get a dub. 2 L's, 3 draws. Braga, on the other hand, they got 4 wins, 1 L. So, yeah, give me Braga to win. Maybe I'll put Chelsea to win and Braga maybe as a parlay. Who knows? That looks more something that I don't know. That looks good to me. We'll see. Okay, that 1.5 for Braga. The last 5 times they went head to head, they've covered it 1, 2, 3, 4. They've covered this 4 out of 5. That 1.5. On the road, they've covered this. They've been on the road only once. Well, not once, but the last 5 times they met, they've been on the road once, and they won 3-2. So, yeah, maybe I'll do over 1.5 for Braga or a win straight up money line. Yeah, because 0.5 for Morense, even though that looks like, they're at home. Seems like they could do it, right? The last time they played at home versus this team, they scored 2. So, but the last 5 games just for Morense, they couldn't cover that 0.5. They covered this 2 out of 5 times. The most 3 recent games, they didn't cover this. They didn't score a goal. So, maybe I'll do under 2.5. If it is at 2.5, maybe I'll do under 2.5. Maybe Braga wins 1-0 or 2-0. But I think probably the safest bet for this one would be Braga straight up or Braga over 1.5. Yeah. Another juicy detail here. Morense might not score, but it seems like they don't allow that many goals. Most of 4 out of 5 of the games, they've only allowed 1 goal against them. And that other 5th one, they only allowed 2. So it seems like they're a good defense. They just don't have a striker. That's what it looks like. But like I said, the last 5 times they went head to head, Braga did cover 4 out of 5 times that 1.5. So yeah, I think the safest bet for this one will be Braga over 1.5. That's what I'm going with. Okay, guys, I'm on the last game of the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, please. That'll help me out. Thank you so much. And if there's a game that you guys want me to predict, put it down in the comments. Or if there is a prediction that you think is going to win, put it down in the comments. If you win, I'll give you a shout out. All right. Last game of the video. Let's do this. Rio versus Porto. I think Chelsea's game is probably going to be the best one out of all of these. Chelsea and Lazio's game might be the best one. Well, I don't know. This one's going to be a good game regardless. So, Rio, 0 injured players. Porto, 1 injured player, 3 red cards, and 2 questionable. Total is sitting at 3. Rio's team total sitting at 0.5, and Porto's is 1.5. The last 5 times they went head to head, Porto won 4 out of 5. No, Porto won 3 out of 5. Tied 1 and lost 1. The most recent game was a win. The one before that was a draw between these two. The last 5 games from Rio were 3 dubs, 1 L, 1 draw. Porto's last 5 games was 1 win, 1 draw, 3 L's. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Rio over 1.5. Let's check it out. They've covered this They've covered this 2 out of 5 times these two met. Now let's check the most recent games in 2025. They've covered this. They've covered this 4 out of 5 this year. So, well, seems like Rio do allow at least a goal per game. Yeah, they allow a goal per game. So that 1.5 though, Porto hasn't covered this. So they haven't covered this 1.5, 5 out of 5. That is crazy. Between these two teams, they've covered this 2 out of 5. Yeah, this one's gonna be good as far as points. Maybe under 3 would be the safest bet here. If it's at 2.5, yeah, maybe I'll still do under. They've only covered this 2 out of 5 times for the total. If it's at 3, I'll do under. If it's at 2.5, then I would probably do Rio to just score a goal. But that's, man. I mean, it seems like that's the safest bet just because they've covered that 4 out of 5 of their last 5 games from Rio. Porto, I don't know if I can trust them at under 1.5, even though 5 out of their last 5 games they've covered under that 1.5. They haven't gone over that. So, but Rio, on the other hand, I mean, they allow, like I said, they allow at least a goal per game because 5 out of 5 games from Rio, they have allowed 1, right? So maybe they allow 1. I don't know. Porto might win 1-0. So I don't know. This one's tricky. I might just do the total points under 3 if it's at 3. If it's at 2.5, maybe I'll still do that under, but because even if it's a tie, it'll be 1-1. But they've only tied once in the last 4 times they met. So yeah, and this tie was in February 3rd, 2024. So basically a year ago, literally a year ago. Imagine if they tied 0-0 a year ago, like tomorrow, like obviously that Monday, basically a year ago, they did exactly the same. Oh, that would be the best prediction ever. That the game being at 0-0, same as last year's. Oh, that would be crazy. Okay, yeah, I probably won't touch this, to be honest with you. I probably won't touch this. But if I did, I would probably do the under 3. If it's at 3, I'm going to do under 3. Okay. Guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys win from these predictions. I hope you guys have a great day. So, yeah. But most of all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, to be honest with you. I hope my information was good enough for you guys to get that done. So, yeah. Okay, until the next video, guys, please hit that like, subscribe so I can get more motivated to give you guys, more predictions and stuff like that. Did I talk about the wins? Yeah, the wins that I had. Yeah, right. I hit that 7, that 6 over. Okay. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Guys, deuces.